When most people think of a heart attack, they picture something dramatic: sharp pain in the chest, clutching the arm, collapsing to the ground. But for millions of seniors, the reality is far more dangerous because it happens quietly. A silent heart attack doesn't always scream for your attention. Instead, it whispers. It creeps in during your most vulnerable moments, often in the morning, leaving behind damage that you may not notice until it's far too late. Imagine waking up, brewing your morning coffee, feeling just a little more tired than usual, or breaking into a sweat after walking from the bedroom to the kitchen. You dismiss it as nothing, just age, just stress, just needing more rest. But what if that tiny clue was actually the #1 morning symptom that your heart is under attack? Doctors estimate that nearly half of all heart attacks in seniors are silent. That means no dramatic collapse, no 911 call, just subtle signals that most people ignore. These hidden attacks are especially common after age 60, when your heart muscle has already endured decades of wear and tear. Plaque builds up faster in the arteries, blood pressure tends to spike in the mornings, and your body's ability to recover isn't what it once was. Research has shown that the early morning hours, between 6 a.m. and noon, are the riskiest time of day for heart events. Why? Because your blood is thicker after a night of rest. Your stress hormones naturally rise as you wake, and your blood pressure surges when you stand up. Your heart is asked to work harder, right when it's least prepared. So what are the signs? What are the symptoms you can't afford to overlook? We'll count down the most common and most dangerous morning warnings, starting with the ones people dismiss every day, and working our way to the single most overlooked symptom, the one that has saved countless lives once people finally paid attention. Coming in at number 6 is morning fatigue. You know that feeling when you wake up, stretch, and instead of feeling rested, you feel like you've already run a race. That's not just poor sleep. A 2019 study published in the American Journal of Cardiology found that seniors reporting extreme morning fatigue were far more likely to have evidence of silent myocardial infarction, heart muscle damage, on scans. When your heart struggles to pump blood efficiently overnight, your muscles and brain don't get the oxygen they need, leaving you drained before the day has even started. If you constantly feel exhausted in the mornings, despite a full night's rest, it's time to pay attention. At number 5, unusual shortness of breath. Picture this. You walk up a short flight of stairs, or bend down to tie your shoes, and suddenly you're winded. Not because you're out of shape, but because fluid is building in the lungs. This happens when your heart can't keep up with circulating blood efficiently, causing pressure to back up into your chest. Cardiologists call this dyspnea, and it's often worse in the morning after lying flat all night. If you wake up feeling like you can't quite catch your breath, or you need to prop yourself up on pillows to breathe comfortably, that is not normal. Aging, it's a sign your heart is under stress. Number 4 is indigestion-like discomfort. Silent heart attacks rarely look like Hollywood's dramatic chest clutching. Instead, they can feel like acid reflux, gas, or even a pulled muscle. A dull burning, squeezing, or pressure in the upper chest, jaw, or even back that appears after waking or after light activity can be the body's way of saying the heart muscle isn't getting enough blood. Seniors often misdiagnose themselves. It's just something I ate last night. But a study from the Cleveland Clinic found that up to 30% of seniors reporting acid reflux symptoms were actually experiencing reduced blood flow to the heart. Ignoring this sign allows damage to quietly build. Coming in at number 3 is dizziness or lightheadedness. Imagine standing up from bed in the morning and feeling the room spin. You grab the wall, wait a few seconds, and then brush it off. But here's the truth: when blood flow to the brain drops suddenly due to a struggling heart, your balance suffers. Morning dizziness is especially dangerous because it combines two risks: an increased chance of falling, and the possibility that your heart isn't keeping up with demand. A 2021 study on seniors with unexplained morning dizziness found a significantly higher incidence of silent ischemia episodes where the heart doesn't get enough oxygen, even without obvious pain. At number 2, jaw, arm, or shoulder aches. This is one of the most deceptive warning signs. Because the nerves of the heart share pathways with other areas of the body, pain often radiates in strange places. For seniors, this can appear as stiffness or soreness in the left arm, the back, or even the jaw upon waking. Many dismiss it as arthritis, a pinched nerve, or just sleeping funny. But if this pain appears with light activity, fades with rest, or comes with other symptoms like fatigue or sweating, doctors urge you not to ignore it. It could be your heart's cry for help. And finally, the number 1 most overlooked morning symptom of a silent heart attack: unexplained sweating. If you wake up drenched, or suddenly break into a cold sweat while making the bed or pouring coffee, it's not just your age or the weather. It's your body's fight-or-flight response, triggered when the heart is in distress. A 2022 study in the Journal of Cardiology found that seniors who reported unexplained morning sweating were over twice as likely to have evidence of silent heart damage on later scans. This was the symptom that saved Evelyn, a 72-year-old grandmother, when her daughter insisted she see a doctor after weeks of unexplained sweating episodes. Tests revealed she had already suffered 2 silent heart attacks. Thanks to catching it in time, She was able to get treatment that prevented a third and potentially fatal event. Now what can you do about it? The first step is awareness. If you experience any of these morning red flags, fatigue, shortness of breath, indigestion-like discomfort, dizziness, strange aches, or unexplained sweating, don't brush them off. Talk to your doctor. Ask about an EKG or a stress test. Remember, your heart wants to heal itself, but only if you give it the chance. Second, prevention is everything. Research shows that small lifestyle changes can dramatically lower your risk. Stay hydrated in the mornings to reduce blood thickness. Breathe deeply before getting out of bed to ease the transition on your heart. Keep your blood pressure under control with gentle daily movement, walking, stretching, or yoga. And of course, focus on heart-healthy foods. Oats, leafy greens, fatty fish, and walnuts, all proven to support circulation and reduce plaque buildup. Finally, remember this truth. Your body is always trying to protect you. It whispers before it screams. Don't wait for a dramatic collapse to realize something is wrong. Listen to the whispers, the fatigue, the breathlessness, the sweat, because the earlier you notice, the more years you can add to your life. So let me ask you, have you ever felt one of these subtle morning symptoms? Did you dismiss it as nothing? Share your story in the comments. You might just save someone else's life by speaking up. And if you want more life-saving health tips, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your next decade can be stronger, sharper, and healthier if you give your body the tools it needs.